What if I told you that everything you think you know about a story is only one part of it? Imagine a giant, beautiful book, but you've only ever been shown a few pages. This isn't a trick question. It's a thought I often have when I consider the story of America. It's a story we all think we know. Heroes triumphs big ideas. We hear it in school, we see it in movies, and we celebrate it on national holidays. It's a tale that has been passed down from one generation to the next. So, are we brave enough to open the book of American history and read all the pages? The way a nation tells its own story says a lot about what it values. For America, the story has often been told as an adventure, a grand quest for something better. Think about the stories you learned as a child. Brave explorers crossing a vast ocean, determined pilgrims seeking religious freedom, powdered wigs, passionate speeches about liberty, leading to a dramatic revolution against a powerful king. This narrative is exciting. It's a powerful foundation for a national identity. It's a story of courage, conviction, the birth of a brand new idea. However, this can sometimes feel like a straight line, moving from one great achievement to the next. But history is never a straight line. It's messy. We might praise the founders and yet whisper that many of them owned other human beings. It's an uncomfortable truth. Understanding this isn't about tearing down the old story. It's about adding to it, making it richer and more complete. Suddenly, you see details you missed before. You see the background characters, the subtle expressions. The main plot is still there, now surrounded by a world of other stories that make it more real and more meaningful. This is how we make the story honest, by listening to more voices. When we broaden the story, history gains depth. It becomes a fuller picture of who we are. Let's look at one of the big ideas that runs through that picture: freedom. At the very heart of America's story is a single, powerful word: freedom. It's the word that echoed through the streets of Philadelphia in 1776. It's the idea that people should be able to choose their own leaders, speak their own minds, worship as they see fit. The Declaration of Independence put it plainly: we are all endowed with certain unalienable rights: life, liberty, the pursuit of happiness. This was the promise of America, the beacon that drew people from all over the world. This idea of freedom is a beautiful and inspiring one. But the story of freedom in America has always been complicated. From the very beginning, that powerful word did not apply to everyone. While colonists were declaring their freedom from England, nearly 1/5 of the population was enslaved. Men, women, children, who were considered property. So, the story of freedom in America is not just about having it, but about the long, painful struggle to expand it. The fight to extend the promise of liberty to enslaved people, to women, and to many others has been a central theme of American history. It shows that freedom often has to be demanded, fought for, and won over generations. The idea of freedom was the starting point, but making that idea a reality for everyone has been the work of centuries. Next, opportunity. A sister idea that shaped who came to these shores and why. Closely tied to freedom is another powerful American idea: opportunity. This is the belief that it doesn't matter who your parents were or how much money you start with. In America, you have the chance to make something of yourself through hard work and determination. We call it the American dream. The immigrant who arrives with nothing and builds a business. The child from a poor family who becomes a doctor. Or even the person who becomes president. Their stories are woven into the fabric of the country, but for many, the level playing field has often been tilted. Laws and social customs created barriers: segregation, exclusionary laws, gender restrictions. So the story of opportunity is also a story of struggle. Fighting for fair wages, the right to unionize, access to good schools. It's a testament to resilience. People refusing to give up on the dream. Their fight was for themselves and for future generations. The American dream is beautiful, but history shows it's an ideal we've had to make more fair. We still have work to do to make opportunity real for everyone. Before a single European ship arrived, this land was already home to a rich and complex story. Hundreds of distinct nations and cultures lived here: the Cherokee, the Lakota, the Iroquois, the Navajo, and many others. They had built great cities and developed sophisticated systems of agriculture and art. Vibrant art and storytelling traditions had been passed down for thousands of years. Their history is a foundational chapter of American history. When Europeans arrived, it was a collision of two worlds, not an encounter with an empty wilderness. Native peoples faced devastating diseases, displacement, and broken treaties. It was a story of profound loss. Their systems of governance and knowledge helped shape early American thought. Native knowledge helped colonists survive and shaped the land we live on. Native cultures survived against incredible odds and continue to thrive today. Including these stories means listening to Native voices on land, environment, and justice. The American story did not begin in 1492 or 1776. It began thousands of years earlier. Their stories enrich ours and challenge us to see more than one perspective. So, how do we make sense of all these different pieces? We have the inspiring story of a nation founded on freedom. We have the reality that it didn't apply to everyone. We have the powerful dream of opportunity and the barriers that have held people back. We have the heroic struggle for equality, still ongoing. It can feel like a jumble, pieces that don't seem to fit. Imagine you are putting together a mosaic. If you only use shiny tiles, you get a pretty picture. But adding dark and rough tiles gives depth and real beauty. The dark tiles don't ruin the picture. They are essential to it. Our history is that mosaic, struggles and failures giving meaning to triumphs and ideals. This view doesn't discard patriotism. It deepens it into a clear-eyed love. It moves us from blind pride to a desire to help the nation live up to its ideals. It lets us take pride in progress while recognizing the work left to do. It's the difference between loving an idea and loving the complicated, imperfect reality in front of you. History is not just something that happened in the past. It is a living conversation that we are all part of, right now. The story of America is not finished. The book is still being written, and we are the authors. The questions we ask, the stories we choose to listen to, the actions we take, shape the next chapter. Will we look away from the difficult parts of our story, or have the courage to face the whole truth? To learn from it, and use that wisdom to build a more just, compassionate world? Will we continue the long walk toward equality? Will we make the dream of opportunity real for every single person? The answers are not predetermined. They are up to us. Ask questions. Listen to stories different from your own. And then go out and write your own verse. What does the story of America mean to you? What parts inspire you? What parts challenge you? What will you contribute to this ongoing, complicated, and beautiful American story? Don't just be a reader of history, be a maker of it. The story is now in your hands. Sources: free image and video libraries, Unsplash, Pexels, Wikimedia Commons. For full sources and links, see the description. Thanks for watching. Share your thoughts below.